30 starts right now.
A 3-vehicle crash has left one man dead and several others injured.
Now, one of the drivers involved arrested for DWI, but SAPD says he was not the driver who caused that crash. Take a look. It all happened overnight on O'Connor Road near Wurzbach Parkway. Police say a driver crossed the yellow lines of the road and hit a truck head on, which caused another truck to roll over onto its side. The driver of the original car died and 2 passengers were taken to the hospital. One of the truck drivers suffered minor injuries, but he was given a sobriety test and found to be intoxicated there at the site. He was arrested by investigators, but they say he did not cause the crash.
Helping more people treat their long COVID symptoms. That's what UT Health San Antonio is hoping to do with a new grant from the Department of Health and Human Services. Camelia Juarez spoke to the leading long COVID expert about how that grant will be used. Camelia.
Courtney, Tim, $5 million. That's just a slice of the funding from the Department of Health and Human Services. But UT Health San Antonio was the only place in Texas awarded that kind of funding. The money will be used to help more people, specifically people in underserved and rural communities, learn about the symptoms and teach physicians how to treat it. Long COVID can be difficult to detect because researchers are still learning about it. The symptoms usually develop after a COVID infection. Then someone might experience lingering fatigue, shortness of breath, migraines. Dr. Monica Vedusco Gutierrez says some people brush off these symptoms instead of getting the care they need.
Already they have issues with accessing health care, and a lot of times they have to work, or it's hard for them to get out of work to be able to get to a physician. So then already not getting physician care and then realizing that something's going on or having to take off time work, it's really hard to sometimes access care or know that there's this level of specialty care if you have long COVID.
Later tonight on the Night Beat, we'll tell you how she plans to expand long COVID treatments and educate more people about those persistent long COVID symptoms. Tim, Courtney.
If you didn't already know, the last Sunday in September is Gold Star Families Day. It is a day to remember the lives of fallen soldiers and their families who continue on their legacy. Gold Stars represent those who have lost loved ones in armed forces. And today over at Fort Sam Houston, they held a program to honor those families. The Empowering Our Youth for the Future program recognized the sacrifices while helping to provide resources to continue on, especially for the children of fallen soldiers. One of those kids telling us growing up was hard, but it was thanks to the Gold Star Survivor program that she could find healing for herself and others.
I think the Survivor programs really kept me intact with other kids who experience the same thing and want to give back to them and do what I can for them and help them know that they're not alone in this and they should never feel alone.
Today's event held over at the Military Family and Readiness Center.
The city of El Paso is opening an overflow shelter to handle the vast number of immigrants pouring into the United States. City leaders say they're reaching a breaking point. The facility that you see here can hold about 400 people, but officials say El Paso already has about 6,500 migrants in its custody and is receiving more than 2,000 every day. They've sheltered over 7,000 migrants and served more than 16,000 meals in just a week and a half. But the city's mayor said on Saturday that facility can only hold a fraction of the people crossing into El Paso.
We had over 2,000 today, and we'll have 2,000 probably coming in this evening. So we talk about we will have to continue to look at emergency sheltering and look at working with partners in other cities.
At least 5 buses carrying migrants left the city and are heading to New York, Chicago, and Denver.
Happening around America tonight with the government on the brink of a shutdown this week as Congress remains at an impasse on a funding deal. Federal departments and agencies have begun the mandatory process of planning to bring non-essential functions to a halt. Rob Kirkpatrick with CNN has the latest development on Congress now having only 6 days to pass a spending bill to keep to fund the government.
The clock is ticking on Congress to pass a deal that will fund the government. But with less than a week to go, there's still no deal in sight to avert a shutdown. During a call with the Republican conference Saturday afternoon, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy pushed members to rally behind a short-term spending bill.
I think we've made some progress to those who have been holding up passing the rule to get onto these bills.
President Joe Biden weighed in on the quickly approaching shutdown deadline over the weekend, calling on House Republicans to, quote, start doing the job.
Funding the government is one of those basic responsibilities of Congress. And it's time for Republicans to start doing the job America elected them to do.
Should Congress fail to pass a short-term spending bill to keep the proverbial lights on, a shutdown could have enormous impacts on all Americans, which both sides agree would be harmful.
We're going to make sure that we can get a vote done, and that means getting the support of both sides to the table.
We're going to do whatever we need to do our job to keep the government open, because our district, and Josh's as well, our district wants us to keep America running.
But that path has proved difficult. A number of GOP hardliners are opposed to any short-term spending solution. Their Republican colleagues drawing a line, calling out those responsible for the failed negotiations.
The arsonists have lit their house on fire. They're whining about their house burning. They're going to want credit for putting the fire out, and then they're going to set up a GoFundMe to get paid for what happened.
I'm Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
Well, it was a bucket list interview for me, and it's coming up on the night. Just 30 minutes ago, right before this show, I spoke to John Stamos and Beach Boys frontman Mike Love, who are touring together and headed here tomorrow in San Antonio for a show at the Majestic. They told me all about their joint love for music, their friendship that has only grown throughout the decades. I'm excited. You should be too. All right, NASA continues making space history with the first asteroid sample collected and brought to Earth. How scientists are using it as a key to unlock the origins of the universe.
October is always a scary month, at least at the end of the month. And now student loans are creeping in next month. But don't worry, we'll tell you of a new assistance plan that could calm some of your fears.
For the first time in more than 3 years, student loan payments are due in October. But for the next 12 months, borrowers will be able to skip payments without the threat of defaulting on their loans. The Biden administration is providing what's called an on-ramp period until September 30th of next year. During that time, borrowers will not be reported as being in default to credit agencies, which would damage their credit scores. A word of warning, though, interest will still accrue, so borrowers are not off the hook entirely.
And for the first time in history, NASA has returned an asteroid sample back here to Earth. The OSIRIS-REx spacecraft swung by our planet today and delivered a sample collected from the asteroid Bennu. The delivery was made by releasing a capsule containing nearly 9 ounces of asteroid rocks and soil from space toward a landing zone in the Utah desert. Teams now collecting the samples and will take them to Houston for further study. Scientists say it is a big opportunity to learn more about the origins of the solar system. Pretty cool.
Seems pretty out of this world.
Yeah. Oh, look at you.
There it is.
Very, very important work there.
Back here on Earth, and specifically here in South Central Texas, it is the second day of astronomical fall, but if you walked outside, you wouldn't know it because it has been a summer-like day. We officially climbed into the triple digits here in town this afternoon. We do have a few changes, though, on the horizon. Starting with tonight, a few hill country storms, not completely off the table, and then another hit or miss chance, especially by late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. Not for everybody, but we'll monitor it. And then throughout the rest of the week, still hot, but not as hot. We'll get you all those details after the break.
I left for 10 days and I come back and nothing's changed. It's still hot here.
I know.
We just wanted to keep it the same so you could suffer along with us.
Well, I got a taste of fall and it was not enough.
I'm very jealous, that is for sure. We definitely could use some fall temperatures here in South Central Texas, especially considering that it is late September. So today, our preliminary high for this Sunday, 101 degrees here in San Antonio. Well above average, and today marks now the 75th day that we have seen a triple-digit reading officially in town. By the way, the latest 100-degree day on record for San Antonio, September 28th, back in 2005. So we are very close to that. You can see we're just baking in that heat. Even right now, the white numbers, your actual air temperatures, and then the yellow numbers, the feels like temperatures when you factor in the humidity still in place. So a lot of us in the triple digits, you can see that we do have those feels like temperatures closer to about 105 to even 106. So definitely stay hydrated if you're fixing to step out over the next couple of hours. A good chunk of the Lone Star State feeling the heat this Sunday. A little bit cooler across portions of the Panhandle, 85 in Amarillo. That is well behind a weak boundary that we have draped across central Texas right now. And just off to our north, across portions of the Hill Country near Fredericksburg, stretching over to Johnson City, closer to 281, a few isolated showers and thunderstorms are getting up and running. We'll monitor our portions of the Hill Country here over the next couple of hours, but it is possible, especially by 9, 10, 11 p.m. later on tonight, we see a few more thunderstorms bubble up along that boundary. Now, through the overnight hours, I think most of the activity will be confined to the Hill Country, mainly north of town, but we will monitor through the overnight hours and generally before the sun comes up tomorrow to see if we can't find a weakening thunderstorm approach San Antonio, but especially for places like Kerrville, Rock Springs, stretching over to Blanco, Fredericksburg, even Bernie, those are the best chances of finding a quick rumble of thunder through the overnight. And then throughout the remainder of the day tomorrow, just a few isolated showers possible into the afternoon. But as we see that boundary work farther off to the south, we are expecting another round of some scattered hit or miss showers and thunderstorms by the late afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, something to monitor for the evening commute, and then into our Monday evening. It's not going to be for everybody, but probably a good idea to at least keep your eye to the sky and maybe the umbrella in the car should you briefly need to use it. It is worth mentioning tonight and again tomorrow, the severe risk for our area in particular is pretty low, but should we find a storm that requires some extra attention, the biggest things we will need to monitor some strong gusty winds, maybe some quarter-size hail, frequent lightning, and pockets of heavy rainfall. So we will continue to keep tabs on that as well. Temperature-wise, tomorrow, mid to upper 70s for us here in town. First thing tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. Partly cloudy at lunchtime. Again, a 20% chance for an isolated shower or two. A temperature already around 90 degrees. And then we've got our high pointed around 96. So it is still going to be a hot afternoon, but not quite as hot as what we've seen today and what we saw yesterday. The good news is after that, throughout the remainder of the week, still warmer than average. Our average high for this time of year is about 88. So we're still going to be a little bit above that, but those highs trend down more to the tune of the low 90s, and we will see some slightly lower humidity work in as well. So that will really help when it comes to the mornings, more comfortable with those lows in the low 70s.
I guess Tim brought a little bit of good luck.
Well, I'm glad I didn't miss the 75th 100, you know, geez.
Just in time for your arrival, exactly.
Awesome.
Insanity, but now rain, so
the
good.
Summer that never ends. All right, but it is football time,
yes.
and that's a good thing, and the rookie over there in Houston seemed to have a pretty good day.
A very good day, and it's been a very exciting NFL Sunday. The Houston Texans finally get in the win column with a great showing against division rival Jacksonville. Plus, the Cowboys are in Arizona. We'll update you on that game coming up.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
We are on to week 3 of the NFL regular season. The Houston Texans are in Jacksonville looking for their first win of the season in a division rivalry game with the Jaguars. First quarter, C.J. Stroud finds Tank Dell for 46 yards. Dameon Pierce will then punch it in for the early Texans lead. Houston special teams had a very impressive day. Here's Will Anderson Jr. with a block on the Jaguars' field goal attempt. Later, Houston up 17-10 until Andrew Beck fumbles the kickoff. He recovers it, then is off to the races. An 85-yard return to the house, 24-10 Texans. Trevor Lawrence helped Jacksonville keep the game interesting, but Houston continued making big plays. Stroud to Dell, this time for the 68-yard touchdown. Texans win 37-17.
Heck of a week preparing, practicing, and I think that's what got it done. Just the preparation that we put in, the hard work. It was really hot in Houston this week, and that helped us in this Jacksonville heat. But yeah, man, I really think it was all around win. Special teams, defense, offense, all play together, think that just sets a tone for what we can be in this league, man. So really, really great team win.
All right, the Dallas Cowboys are in Glendale, Arizona for their Week 3 matchup against the 0-2 Cardinals. Through the first 2 weeks, the Cowboys have outscored their opponents 70-10, and that's a credit to the Micah Parsons-led defense, who enters today's game leading the league in several statistical categories, including points allowed, takeaways, and pressures. It was a 3:25 kickoff. Here is how things are going. A slow start for the Cowboys, who trailed 21-10 at the halftime. And correction, it's actually 21-16 now in favor of the Cardinals. We'll have highlights of this matchup on Instant Replay tonight. Over in our very rainy nation's capital, the Washington Commanders were trying to stay undefeated against the Buffalo Bills, but Josh Allen wasn't going to let that happen as he finds Gabe Davis for a 35-yard touchdown pass. Then in the second half, Allen doing it himself and getting in for his first rushing touchdown of the season. The Bills defense wants in on the fun too, as Sam Howell scrambles and throws it right into the hands of A.J. Epinesa, who brings it back 32 yards for the pick six. The Bills win it 37-3, improving to 2-1. No Anthony Richardson for the 1-1 Colts as they travel to Baltimore for a meeting with the 2-0 Ravens. First quarter, Lamar Jackson jukes his way to an 8-yard rushing touchdown. Second quarter, 3rd and 3 for the Colts. Gardner Minshew to Zach Moss. Moss with an impressive grab over Patrick Queen. The 17-yard TD ties the game at 7. A late 61-yard missed field goal attempt pushed this game to OT, and that's where Matt Gay makes the 53-yarder for the Colts to win 22-19. Out to Cleveland, where the Browns were hosting the Tennessee Titans. The Browns offense was clicking today as Deshaun Watson finds a wide-open Jerome Ford for the touchdown. Then in the second half, Watson connects with former Cowboy Amari Cooper for a 43-yard score as the Browns go on to win this one 27-3. We'll have more highlights and scores around the NFL tonight on Instant Replay. The Major League Baseball playoffs start in a little over a week, and coming into today's games, the Texas Rangers sit atop the American League West standings with a little bit of breathing room. The Rangers are hot at the right time on a 4-game win streak for a 1.5-game lead over the second-place Astros and a 2-game lead over Seattle. Let's see how things played out today, though. The Rangers complete the series sweep over Seattle with a 9-8 win, a crucial AL West sweep there for Texas. Meanwhile, the Astros fall in a 1-run contest, 6-5, KC clinching the series sweep. Houston struggling at the worst time, now 2.5 games back of Texas, but still sitting in the final wild card spot. It was a tough showing for UTSA out in Knoxville yesterday. The Roadrunners dropped their 3rd game of the young college football season 45-14 to nationally ranked Tennessee. This was a game that at the beginning of the season felt like it would be a little bit more competitive, although the Roadrunners were hit with the injury bug early on, so these next 2 weeks will be key for UTSA to regroup before the team makes its AAC debut on October 7th against the 2-2 Temple Owls. Reigning USL champion San Antonio FC clinched its 4th straight trip to the playoffs with a dominant performance at Toyota Field last night. SAFC shut out Orange County SC 4-0, and with the win, the Alan Marcina-led club becomes the first Western Conference team to make the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons. SAFC embarks on a 2-match road stint next weekend before returning home for the regular season finale October 14th.
They keep making us proud.
Yes, it's a historic time right now for SAFC.
Very exciting. Thank you so much, Mary.
We'll be right back.
We are glad to have Tim back from vacation so that he could experience our hot heat, and we're getting rain tomorrow.
I was just excited that the key card still worked when I came in.
We tried to kick you out, but it didn't work.
That's all of our time. We'll see you back here for the night beat.